And welcome back into the Bank of Colorado Event Center, and welcome to Match 2 of the Pool B. The Caliche Lady Buffs set to take on the Peetz Lady Bulldogs. I'm Ben Blecka alongside Cole Honstead, 3 versus 5 seed in this matchup. And Cole, a little easier in these 3-team pools once you hit the second match to determine who is in what position. If Peetz loses, Fleming and Caliche guaranteed to move on to Saturday and play up next for seeding. If Peetz wins, then Caliche is in a must-win situation to get on. So these 3-team pool's a little different than the 4, but it really kind of speeds up the intensity for these teams as they step to the court.
Yes, it is. As Caliche, their first game of the day, you know they're excited to come out here and just get the chance to play and go on and then face Fleming for the third time in, 2 months?
Well, a second time. They've only seen each other the one time in the regular season because they're not in the same league, which is why Caliche comes in as the 3 seed, and that's the next thing we want to talk about here. This league, this district rather, is made up of 2 leagues. Caliche, the only Lower Platte team that is in 1A district for this go-around. So they automatically come in as the 3 seed, even though when you look at the Freeman rankings on Max Preps, which are the wild card standings that are going to be used to determine non-regional winner qualifiers for state, they're ranked second in the state behind Weldon Valley. So you have to, on paper, look at them as a favorite coming into this tournament because of the tough schedule they played, because of the 14-4 record they put together, second best record within this district. I mean, this team may be the 3 seed, but they definitely are a very, very potent offense that is set to take the court for this Caliche Buff team. Little different, however, with Shani Stump injured. She tore her ACL and MCL earlier in a match this season. They've gone away from the 6'2" to a 5'1" offense using 5'1" freshman setter Jaden Lambrecht on all the way around, and then Kaylee Lewis plays back row and can set for the team. So a little different rotation than what Peetz saw earlier in the season when these 2 teams played, a Caliche sweep 3-0. And that's kind of the interesting factor coming into this, because when you have a 5'1" setter, you saw it last night with NJC, Cole, short setters allow the offense to hit over the top when she's playing in the front row.
Yeah, when NJC was playing Western Nebraska, Mandy Velasquez, 5'5", I do believe that's what she's listed as, has a very tough time going against those tall hitters. Well, it's going to be the same with Lambrecht for the Caliche Buffs. She's not the tallest in the world.
No, she is not, but she can get up there, and I think that's the important thing in this Caliche team. Very good on the back row. That's what frustrates so many teams, and that's, I think, with this Peetz team coming off a 3-0 loss to Fleming, maybe going to be the most frustrating factor for them. Caliche gets everything out. And when you face a team like that, you've just got to keep swinging. You got to keep giving the opportunities. So that'll wrap up our mini pregame show, where we'll take a break. And when we come back, we'll meet the starters, and we'll have opening serve match 2 of day 2 of the 1A District 4 volleyball tournament, a big-time small-town media production.
Support of our area students and student athletes is paramount in their success. That's why Caliche Booster Club wants to invite you to support your local athletes and students in whatever town you're in. The Caliche Booster Club is proud to support the Buffs in all sports and all activities all season long. For more information on how you can become a member of the Caliche Booster Club, contact Caliche High School at 522-8200. And if you're not a Caliche Buff supporter, be a supporter of the area students and student athletes in your area.
EDF Renewable Energy provides strength in the Peetz community, and our strength is grounded by the company's extensive experience for more than 25 years. EDF Renewable Services is the largest in North America, with services over 6 gigawatts of energy under contract that is specifically tailored to create value, deliver results, and provide the best possible service to the communities we serve. EDF Renewable Energy is with the Peetz community every step of the way.
The Peetz Telephone Company is a proud supporter of Peetz Athletics, and in addition to their many great services, high-speed internet service is now available, featuring their all-new fiber network, now offering a variety of high-speed internet plans, from 1 meg service for only $35 per month, or 3 meg service for just $55 per month, when bundled with your phone. And you still receive the same great service as always from your local hometown telephone company team. Peetz Telephone Company. Call Kathy at 334-2220 for full details. Good luck, Peetz Bulldogs. Superior Fertilizer and Construction are proud supporters of the Caliche Buffs. They carry Hubbard feeds for all of your livestock needs. They are also a full-service ag dealer with dry and liquid fertilizer, anhydrous and Chemical Plus alfalfa and grass seeds. If you need a new pole building, give them a call. Same name, same location for 40 years. Give Superior Fertilizer and Construction a call today, 886-2161.
Wernsman Homes and Construction LLC is an authorized Wardcraft builder. Wernsman Homes is a general contractor and can handle your building needs from an ICF foundation, remodel, or a brand new home. Contact Jerry or Cindy Wernsman at 970-265-4895 and let Wernsman Home do the building for you. Visit their website at www.wernsmanhomes.com and let Wernsman Homes be your contractor, now and in the future. 970-265-4895.
For certified windshield repair and replacement, you already know to call Smart Parts in Sterling. But what about grill guards, running boards, and other truck accessories, such as BW hitches and 3M clear protective coating for any vehicle? Smart Parts has what you're looking for. Ask about the Vortex system, used for sprayed-on truck liners to protect your truck bed from wear and tear while enhancing the beauty of your truck. For these and other services, see Smart Parts at 530 6th Avenue in Sterling or call 522-5399.
Here's a simple math problem. What's 1 plus 1? 2, you say? Not at Bank of Colorado. Here, 1 plus 1 add up to free. Because our personal free checking and personal free collection give you twice as much free. You'll start with free checking, free online banking, free telebank access, free PIN pay, no service fees, and more. And when you add on, you'll get a free savings account, free appraisal with your next mortgage, and more. So if you're into free, apply today to open a new account by visiting bankofcolorado.com, where 1 plus 1 equals free. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Get your DVD copies of the events you're seeing live online at BigTimeSmallTown.com. Hi, I'm Ben Blecka, owner, founder, and one of the talents of Big Time Small Town Media. Very glad you're enjoying the broadcast we're bringing to you live online. But don't forget you can have this broadcast whenever and wherever you want with a purchase of the DVD from Big Time Small Town Media. Go to www.BigTimeSmallTown.com. There you can check out all of the games that we've got from any past tournaments. We've been doing this for just more than a year, and Big Time Small Town Media is proud to be more than sports. We're community.
You're looking for a used car, but you don't really trust those used car dealers. At Ertl Brothers Discount Auto in Sterling, trust is not an issue. At Ertl Brothers Discount Auto, there is no purchase as is. Every vehicle on the lot comes with a complete warranty. For your convenience of shopping, Ertl Brothers Discount Auto is available online anytime at ebautos.com. They understand that not everyone works 9 to 5, so they'll even set up private appointments to work with your schedule. Visit Ertl Brothers Discount Auto, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30, Saturday, 9 to 4.
Up. And welcome back into the Bank of Colorado Event Center. It's time for our second match of Pool B as the Caliche Lady Buffs, the 3 seed, take on the 5 seed, Peetz Lady Bulldogs. I'm Ben Blecka alongside Cole Onstead. Let's meet our starting lineups. They are brought to you by Bob Mullendor and Daryl McCormick, your local independent associate Aflac representatives. Peace of mind and cash when you heard us say get to know Quack about Aflac by calling 522-2309. The Peetz Lady Bulldogs, the visiting team in this contest, green jerseys will have Morgan Burns, McKenna Curley, Melissa Shoemaker, Jenna Pop, Mackenzie Meyer, Jody Shoemaker. Their libero is Caitlin Peetz for head coach Lori Heller. For head coach Jeanette Lambrecht and the Caliche Lady Buffs, Jaden Lambrecht, Hannah Yon, Kaylee Lewis, Rachel Edler, Sammy Morgan, Jessica Taylor. Their libero is Taylor Weingart. Very young team. You take a look down this Caliche roster, only a few seniors for them. Hannah Young, Kaylee Lewis among them. In fact, I think those may be the only 2 seniors besides Shani Stumpf, who is out injured for this Caliche team. This is a roster primarily made up of sophomores and freshmen. And it's pretty impressive when you consider the 14-4 record they have put together this season. The Peetz Lady, or the Fleming Lady Wildcats, going in as the 2 seed now with a 13-7 record. Await the winner of this match, or await Caliche after this match. If it's Caliche as the winner, that will be for seeding to move on to the regional round. Lady Buffs will be in their white jerseys. The alternate jerseys for Peetz are white. The alternate jersey for Caliche is black.
I think gold would have been just amazing.
Absolutely.
I wonder if we could make like metallic jerseys for these teams, just like over the for a whole season, just go metallic, and that'd just be cool.
Kind of like what they did in college football, except less ugly.
Yeah, not chrome, just metallic.
Starting with the serve for the Caliche Lady Buffs is Rachel Edler, and we'll get our second match underway. Edler will line the ball down the far side, fielded by Pop, back row for Peetz. Set up on the far side, and Curley with the attack, freed over, checked up on the front row by Jan. Set to Jan on the near side, big swing, dug out by Caitlin Peetz, back row, stuffed back down by Sammy Morgan, popped up by Curley, back to Curley down the middle. Her attack, dug out by Lewis, back row. Lambrecht near side, Jan, another swing, big swing, dug out again, back row and back onto the Caliche side. Lambrecht will set down the middle, Sammy Morgan, big swing, down and in for a kill.
Good job by Morgan to put that one where no one could get to it. Not even Caitlin Peetz, the libero, was in a good enough position to make an attempt at that.
1-0 Buffs as Edler will take the serve. She'll fly it deep, popped up high by Caitlin Peetz, bump up and a free ball into the block of Sammy Morgan at the net by Shoemaker, kept up and freed short by Caitlin Peetz. Morgan will set it up far side. Lambrecht tipped off the block, check back onto the Buff side, quick setup down the middle. Morgan off the block, down and in for a kill.
Good job by Lambrecht, being obviously the shortest girl out there on the court, to get up there and get a tip block.
2-0 Buffs as Edler will take the serve. Line far side, popped up by Jody Shoemaker. Meyer set for Curley far side, checked up by Lambrecht. Lewis will set it toward the back corner. Popped up high by Caitlin Peetz, set far post for Melissa Shoemaker, angled near side, pancaked out by Edler, but it will not go down, and a kill for Melissa Shoemaker.
That's a tough spot to get a dig out of near that near court line.
Mackenzie Meyer, who got the assist, will take the serve, and Jessica will come on for the Peetz Lady Bulldogs in on the front row. Line down the middle, popped up by Kaylee Lewis, back row, set down the middle. Sammy Morgan, big swing, bang, off the block, her third kill.
Morgan doing a very good job. Sammy's just coming up, and we said this last night during the NJC Western Nebraska match, just come out and swing hard.
She has, and the serve will go to Jaden Lambrecht. She'll fly it far side, popped up by O, bump up and a free ball over by Melissa Shoemaker. Checked up by Lambrecht, back row. Taylor will set down the middle, near side on the swing will come Jan, and she'll get the kill.
Hannah Jan has done a good job throughout her couple of years with the Caliche Buffs.
She's a left-hander. She plays that outside, and it's really tough to defend. Lambrecht with a serve at 4-1. Far side, popped up by O, back to O on the far post. She'll knock it deep. Diving dig out by Weingart. Jousted the net. Won by the Buffs. Blocked back down by Sammy Morgan after the pop-over. And Sammy Morgan gets her fourth of the contest.
I think she's on pace to beat what Taylor King had in match number 1.
And she had 14 in match 1. Lambrecht serve once again. Popped up back row, set far side. Off of the net cord, rolled around the block. And a 6-1 advantage for the Caliche Buffs. They thought they lost that point. Jaden Lambrecht will continue with the serve. Lambrecht will line it down the middle, popped up high, back row, short set for a big swing from Curley, dug out by Edler, back row. Lambrecht near post, Jan with the swing, crossed it down and in for a kill.
Hannah Jan, that left-handed swings. I know I've mentioned this several times. Why is like a left-handed swing, a left-handed shot, left-handed throwers just look so pure?
It definitely does. She's got a great swing. 7-1, far side. Serve popped up back row, back set near side. Melissa Shoemaker hammers it into the net. 4-hit violation, the call. And an 8-1 advantage for Caliche here in the first. Lambrecht flies it far side, fielded by Ull. Set up down the far post for Ull. Her attack angle near side, 2 wide now. 1 kill, 4 hitting errors for the Peetz Lady Bulldogs. They eliminated those hitting errors in the second and third of the match previous to Fleming. Line serve far side from Lambrecht, fielded by Pop, short down the middle. Curley, big swing, dug out by Lambrecht, back onto the Bulldog side. Checked up high on the front row by Curley, but nobody stepped toward the ball to play it. And that free ball will essentially result in a kill. Lambrecht will take the serve again. She'll line it far side, diving dig out by Pop, not cleanly. That's an ace. 11-1 go the Caliche Buffs, and a timeout by Lori Heller for the Peetz Lady Bulldogs.
This timeout couldn't have come at a better time because down by 10 just to start off, and it's been a great run already for the Caliche Buffs here to start off.
When your car's turned off and rolling down the hill, it's wise to tap the brakes first and make sure they've not been cut, and that's what she did right here, because the Caliche Buffs, they have 6 kills. They've taken 13 swings in this contest. They have no hitting errors.
Tremendous.
It is. Just fun to watch when a team is this on offensively, unless you're on the other side like the Peetz Lady Bulldogs is. They're not having fun right now.
Thou who commits less errors usually wins.
That is the case. That is the case, and will be the case all postseason long, and you can see all the postseason volleyball action on ColoradoPreps.tv where you're watching this one today. So out of the timeout, Jaden Lambrecht will have the serve, and Kaylee Lewis comes in for Jess Taylor off of that timeout. So Lewis will play a front row rotation as Lambrecht floats the serve short. Popped up by Caitlin Peetz. Back row running, bumps that at the net, and a free ball into the stuff block of Sammy Morgan.
As I think she is going to be, she is a sophomore?
Yes, she is part of the sophomore class that stepped in last year. This year's freshman class and that 8th grade class out at Caliche. They've had tremendous success in the junior varsity or junior high levels, as a lift ball on the free from Caitlin Peetz will end the run. But Caliche has a 12-2 advantage as Beth Bernhardt going to check on, and Jess Taylor will now come back in replacing Kaylee Lewis.
I think you're going to be talking about Sammy Morgan for a couple more years, not just at the high school level. I think she'll go on as Coach Jessica Jaden of NJC, probably making a good look at that too.
Far side, Morgan, big swing, just missed the back row, so she'll come up with that hitting error for the first time, the first Buff hitting error. 15 points into the match, and you commit your first hitting error, you're starting to roll. Lead cut down to 9. Melissa Shoemaker with the serve for Peetz. Puts it short, diving dig by Edler over and out. That's an ace.
I see it. I mean, back-to-back mental errors by Caliche.
Shoemaker flies it deep, fielded cleanly by Edler. Back row, set up by Jan. Far side, Sammy Morgan, 2 wide and out. This is a sign of a young team. I mean, that's why you bring it up just about every time with this Caliche team. They're still sophomores and freshmen, the majority of them. Line down the middle, fielded by Edler. Lambrecht will keep it up, and a free ball short by Morgan. Far side set for Bernhardt. She'll free it short, checked up by Jan. Lambrecht will back set far side. Taylor banged off the block, kept up by Lambrecht. Taylor will now set down the middle for Morgan. Morgan will pound it down and in for a kill.
That will be her 7th?
Fifth. She's taken 7 swings.
7
at the
swings.
Ball.
I know we've called her name a lot.
She'll step back to serve. Sammy Morgan puts it down the far side, fielded by Beth Bernhardt. Melissa Shoemaker setting for Jessica Ull, who thought that Bernhardt was wrapping around her to the far post, and the set goes into press row. 14-5 Caliche here in the first. Morgan knocks it deep, fielded by Caitlin Peetz. Back row, set for Bernhardt on the far post. Nice left-handed swing near side, fielded by Edler. Set to Jan on the near side. Her left-handed swing hops the block. Dug out by Caitlin Peetz. Back row, back to Bernhardt. No, Yole far side, and off the block of Megan Pierce and down. And the Caliche Lady Buffs take a 15-5 lead. Morgan lines it into the net.
I think that may have clipped one of her teammates and went under.
Back to serve will go Caitlin Peetz for the Peetz Lady Bulldogs. She'll float it short, fielded by Sammy Morgan, back onto the Bulldog side. Mackenzie Meyer down the middle for Morgan. Burns off the block, kept in play by Edler, then Taylor, and free back onto the Peetz side. Bernhardt with the return, good alert play, and Beth Bernhardt puts it down for a kill, first of the match.
15-7 as both teams really taking advantage of errors as they happen.
Caitlin Peetz will fly the serve deep, fielded back row by Sammy Morgan. Lambrecht sets down the middle. Taylor banged off the block in the net. And that will end what looked to be maybe a little momentum for the first time in this match for the Peetz Lady Bulldogs.
As it was Bernhardt in the net for the Bulldogs.
Hannah Yon will step back to serve for the Buffs. She'll put it deep, very deep, fielded by Melissa Shoemaker. And then the far side swing, Bernhardt and Burns collide. Fielded back row by the Buffs. At the net, Pierce with the swing. And Bernhardt and Burns, after they collided and fell, collaborated and listened for a stuff block. I had to get a little Vanilla Ice in there.
I'll sing in a little bit.
You can sing the entire first verse in 25 seconds?
I can.
16-8, Jody Shoemaker with the serve. Far side, fielded by Hannah Yon. Running bump set up by Lambrecht and a backside push over by Yon. Dugout back row by the Peetz Bulldogs. Far side swing, Bernhardt off the block. No, off the net for hit violation. Kaylee Lewis will return back to the match. And the senior will take the serve. She'll put it far side, fielded by Mackenzie Meyer. Jody Shoemaker setting it up for Burns. Rejected at the net by Megan Pierce.
Megan Pierce stepping up in the front row when Morgan is in the back row. That's pretty good when you can have someone just as tall as Sammy Morgan step up for you.
Serve goes into the net from Kaylee Lewis here in the first. On to serve will come Taylor Engelker for the Peetz Lady Bulldogs. Engelker lines it deep, fielded by Sammy Morgan. 10-foot line set up, Lambrecht for Edler. She'll punch it over the top of the block, popped up by Melissa Shoemaker. Set far side, Burns, big swing, too big and out. The block dropped down. You don't see that alertness of a block at the high school level very often. When you see a player coming in at a certain angle, you think it's going to go long to drop down and let the attack just fly because they're trying to tool. Weingart will take the serve for the Caliche Lady Buffs. She lines it far side, popped up back row by the Peetz Lady Bulldogs. Down the middle will go Burns, rejected back by Sammy Morgan.
That is Sammy's third stuff block.
Her third stuff block. She has 5 kills in this contest as well. 29 Caliche. Weingart puts the serve short, fielded by Caitlin Peetz, back row. Set far side, lift ball on the set.
21-9 in favor of the Buffaloes.
And Weingart will put it near side. Popped up by Jenna Pop. Back row set down the middle. Burns angle far side. Down and in for a kill. Morgan Burns picks up her first of the contest. Hands a serve to herself. That'll be lined on the far line. Popped up back row. Set up on the near side. Sammy Morgan, big swing, gets another kill.
As that back row dig by Burns just could not keep it up in the air long enough for Jody Shoemaker to run under it and try to keep it in play.
Rachel Edler will step back with the serve, 22-10. She'll put it down the middle, fielded by Jenna Pop. Back row running bump set, Meyer far side. Off the block at the net goes McKenna Curley. Dugout bump set and a back row swing for Edler. Dugout by Pop, back row set down the middle. Curley again. She'll go over the top of the block. Edler chased it down, running bump set for Lambrecht, and a free ball will be nicely played deep by Jan. Running bump set by Jody Shoemaker to Melissa Shoemaker far side. Down the line, fielded by Weingart, back row. Shoot set near side, big swing. Jan down off the block and gets the kill.
Looked like that ball was going long, and Caitlin Peetz let it go, but it tipped off the block and still gets the kill. 23-10 for Caliche.
Rachel Edler with the serve again. She'll top it short near side. Fielded back row by Caitlin Peetz. Far side Curley. Nice angle attack. Popped up by Jan. Bump set up by Lambrecht. Back to Jan. Angle to the far corner. Dug out by Caitlin Peetz. Toward the net. Kept up, and Curley will angle it deep. Dug out by Weingart. Back row for the Buffs. Set down the middle. Sammy Morgan. Big swing down and in for a kill.
7?
Yeah, 7. She's taken 10 swings, 7 kills, 2 errors. She's hitting 500. 24-10. Set point for the Caliche Lady Buffs. Edler will line the serve deep. Fielded by Jenna Pop. Back row. Set up down the middle for Melissa Shoemaker. Angle far side. Dug out by Weingart. Lambrecht keeps it in the air and a free ball over to the back corner by Lewis. Diving dig out by Caitlin Peetz. Bumped up and down the middle. Curley will push it near side. Checked up high by Jan Lambrecht. Back to Jan near corner. Big swing off the block. Dug out by Jenna Pop. Back row. Set up for a back row flat free over from Caitlin Peetz. Dug out by Weingart. Back row. 10-foot line set up. Lambrecht near side. She'll come for Jan down the line and in for a kill. She got her fourth. Sammy Morgan got 7, and the Buffs got a 25-10 win in set number 1. We'll come back in 2 minutes with set 2 next here on this big-time small-town media production.
Everybody knows that when a great opportunity, like an iPhone, presents itself, you grab it. Somebody says they've got tickets to the big game and can't go, you grab the tickets. Somebody tells you that you can get an iPhone at a special price, you grab it. And it's true. For a limited time, Viero has iPhones for only $79.99. And we'll even pay your early termination fees up to $200 when you switch to Viero. All that and coverage you can count on. So hurry into Viero today. Your iPhone is here. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Playing sports takes planning. Our day-to-day lives take planning, but we're not all prepared to plan for all aspects of our lives. That's why we have to rely on people like Joel Nelson at Nelson Financial to help us plan for our retirement. Plan and invest in your best interest without compromise at Nelson Financial, the only certified financial planner in the area. Joel can't help you out unless you call 970-521-7800. Nelson Financial. Better to plan and not need it than need it and have not planned.
With more than 30 years in business, Pro Sports is the only place teams need to go to outfit for this season. A complete supplier of team athletic apparel, teams get their uniforms and equipment at a team discounted price. Outfit your team with Pro Sports, located in downtown Sterling, but a proud supplier to teams from all across Colorado. Pro Sports offering team discounts. Call now, 970-522-8545, and outfit your team today. Pro Sports, your team source.
The South Platte Sentinel has been serving Sterling and Logan County for more than 25 years, and they're proud to do it with accuracy, efficiency, and the most comprehensive local news, sports, and opinion you'll find anywhere. The South Platte Sentinel is available every Wednesday on your doorstep or online anytime at southplattesentinel.com. You can also check out the latest news and updates anytime on Facebook. Just visit the South Platte Sentinel Facebook page. The South Platte Sentinel, a proud supporter of Logan County.
Whether you
Are up. Back for set number 2 here at the Bank of Colorado Event Center. Caliche 25-10 in the first set. I'm Ben Blecka alongside Cole Honstead. And we talked about Peetz's errors in the first match, Cole. Not so much the case in that first set. Caliche had 11 kills, an ace, and 5 stuff blocks.
Yeah.
That's just Caliche being on their game right there.
7 of them coming from Sammy Morgan.
And she had 3 stuff blocks, was responsible for 10 of her team's 25 points. The Peetz Lady Bulldogs will start with a serve here in the second from Morgan Burns. Ball popped up back row by Kaylee Lewis. And down on the Peetz side, Kaylee Lewis will get a dig kill. It just cleared the net and dropped in front of the block, and Jaden Lambrecht will take the serve. Lambrecht will take and line it down the middle. Diving dig out by Pop at the net. That's going to go down as an ace as it never cleared the net. So Jaden Lambrecht picks up her second ace of the contest and a 2-0 lead for the Caliche Buffs. Lambrecht steps up and flies the ball deep, fielded by Jenna Pop on the back row. Shoot set near side. Meyer for Curley, and on the shoot, she got tagged with the lift. So that'll make it 3-0 Caliche. Ball knocked down the middle, fielded by Jody Shoemaker, back row. Near side Curley with the swing. Angle deep, diving dig out back row by Weingart. Far side swing Jan. Her angled attack dug out by Caitlin Peetz. Back row down the middle, Curley with the attack hammer deep. Checked up high by Edler, back row. Shoots at far post. Jan big swing, dug out by Pop on the back row once again. Jody Shoemaker will come near side. Melissa Shoemaker off the block, kept up by Lambrecht. And then the free ball by Taylor onto the Peetz side and able to be popped down by Mackenzie Meyer and end the early Caliche run.
If Jan was not right or left-handed, she could have put that down with her right hand.
I've seen her put balls down with her right hand. Meyer with the serve, line down the near side. Fielded by Edler, back row, set up on the near post. Big swing, Morgan. How did she get that angle from the near post to the far line inside the 10-foot? That's some pretty big athleticism right there.
There was a lot of English on that ball.
She'll give herself the serve as Megan Pierce checks in. Serve will be lined down the middle by Sammy Morgan. Popped up back row by Peetz. Curley with the attack. Checked up high back row by Edler. Underneath it goes Lambrecht for Pierce. Her swing banged off the block. Kept up by Pierce on the front row. Far post for Jan. Lefty swing. Popped it down and in for a kill. But she went under the net on her swing. So wipe that off. And a 4-2 advantage for Caliche as Bornoff will come on for Peetz. And Melissa Shoemaker will take the serve. Melissa Shoemaker takes it and flies it far side. Fielded by Edler on the back row. Far post swing for Pierce. She'll arc it over the top of the block. Meyer swung and missed, and it affected the approach for Caitlin Peetz. Anna Jan will take the serve for the Caliche Lady Buffs. The only player not to win a point on her serve in the first set. Free ball. She'll get it right there as the free ball goes right into the stuff down of Megan Pierce. 5 points for Pierce in this contest. As back to serve goes Jan. She'll knock it down the middle. Fielded by Caitlin Peetz. Back row near side. Bernhardt over the top of the block. Checked out by Edler. Lambrecht will back set near side Taylor. Her attack off the block of the net. Dug out by Caitlin Peetz. Back row. Shoot set near side. Bernhardt over the top of the block again. Checked out by Edler. Shoot set far side for Pierce. Her attack deep. 2 deep and out. That's just the third hitting error for Caliche in the match.
And that's just one of those that she jumped a little early on her attack and did not get on top of the ball.
Caitlin Peetz with the serve will be lined near side, fielded by Jess Taylor. Back row, set it up for Pierce, banged off the block and down. She made it right back up right there. I talked about that with Giovanna Mello from Western Nebraska last night. You like when a coach has her setters instructed to go to the player that just committed the error. Go back to her, make her take that swing again so that she's not got that error in her head. Kaylee Lewis on to serve for the Caliche Lady Buffs. She'll float it far side. Popped up by Caitlin Peetz. Set down the middle for Bernhardt, and a free ball will be played over by the Bulldogs. Checked up by Lewis, back row. Set far side. Edler, big swing, hopping off the block of the net. Chased down by Caitlin Peetz, back row, near side. Bernhardt swing, banged into the net. 8-3 go the Caliche Buffs here in the second.
Lead 1-0 over the Peetz Bulldogs.
A Caliche win guarantees their advancement on Saturday and guarantees them 2 matches in a row with the Fleming Wildcats, as they would then be the 2 and 3 seeds between them and Fleming. Float serve far side from Kaylee Lewis. Popped up, set in a big swing off the block at the net and getting the kill is Morgan Burns, her second of the contest.
As I mentioned earlier, when Caitlin Peetz thought it was going to be out, and it was, well, the Buffaloes did the same thing right there. Thought it was out, but tipped at the net.
Jody Shoemaker will line the serve down the middle. Popped up back row. Far side swing for Edler. Rejected back by Burns. Kept in play by Morgan. And a free ball over by Jan. Checked up quickly by Shoemaker. Back row. Burns. Big swing. Far line. 2 wide now.
And even Jeanette Lambert right over there, she was like, out, right away. I think she's done a little bit of officiating.
Yeah, she has.
In her couple years of coaching.
Taylor Weingart will step back with the serve and line it far side. Fielded back row by Caitlin Peetz. Set it up for Burns. Floats it over the block of the net. Kept up by Edler Lewis. And then a tip over by Morgan. Checked up by Melissa Shoemaker. Near side Bernhardt will flat free it down the line. Popped up by Lewis. Back row. Lambrecht far post. Edler. Big swing. Banged off the block of the net. Chased down by Bernhardt. Tipped over by Burns. Popped up by Lambrecht. Kept in play. And at the net a joust one. Kept in play on the Peetz side. Down the middle Burns with a swing. Blocked by Morgan. And that stuff block back for Sammy Morgan. Her 4th of the contest.
They're not going to call a stuff. They're going to call a 4-hit as Burns did not get it over the net. It did not go into the Lewis block.
10-4. And with the serve goes Weingart. Far side, Caitlin Peetz will pop it up, and a free ball will come over from Meyer. Checked up on the back row by Morgan. Far side set for Edler. Big swing, diving dig out. Back row by Caitlin Peetz. Free ball will come over from Beth Bernhardt. Checked up at the 10-foot line by Morgan. Lambrecht down the middle. Morgan punches it and in for a kill. 9.
Yeah, she's on a roll.
She is on a roll.
She was halfway to Taylor King's total in set 1. And we're halfway through set 2, and she's 5 away.
The officials have asked for the doors to be closed as the sun is setting on that far side, and the sun is shining right in and was affecting that official's ability to tell what was line and what was not. And then a fan immediately opens the door. And another one. Serve will go to Taylor Weingart, line far side, fielded back row by Melissa Shoemaker. Set it up in the attack angle deep by Meyer. Checked up back row, running bump set up by Lambrecht, and a free ball over by Edler. Popped up quickly at the 10-foot line by Meyer. Bernhardt will free it back over. Checked up by Edler for the Buffs. Back down the middle for Morgan. Her attack elbowed back over onto the Caliche side by Melissa Shoemaker. They'll go to Morgan again down the middle. She won't be dug this time. She'll get 10.
Double digits for the sophomore in the middle.
She has taken 17 swings in this match, 10 kills, 2 errors. Taylor Weingart will continue with the serve. She'll put it far side, fielded by Caitlin Peetz. Back row, Burns down the middle. Nice swing, and she'll get a kill. Morgan Burns never really allowed to establish a rhythm against Fleming in the first match today. You're starting to see her establish a little bit of a rhythm here in the second. Taylor Engelker on to serve for the Peetz Lady Bulldogs. Engelker floats it down the far line, dug out by Jan, set onto the far post for Sammy Morgan, hops the net cord, pancaked out. No, it got down. She's now got 11 kills. She's taken 9 straight swings without a service error and been able to pick up 7 kills in that swing. Edler with the serve. Edler will line it down the middle, fielded by Caitlin Peetz, set over the net by Jody Shoemaker, kept up by a flying Weingart, and then freed over and out.
Edler with the pancake dig as she was starting to get up. Taylor Weingart flies over her, much like her older brother.
Buy the DVD just to see that. Line far side popped up, and Jan with a swing, arced over, dug out back row by the Peetz Lady Bulldogs. Set for a swing down the middle for McKenna Curley. Popped up backside by the Caliche Bus. Far side swing for Edler, hammered into the net.
And when I say older brothers, I meant older brothers.
Yes. Add the S to the end of the word. It's called pluralization in the English language, right?
Tyson and Derek, very good at that.
Line served by Burns down the middle. Popped up back row by Kaylee Lewis. Set up for Lewis, and she'll just free it to the Peetz side. Popped up by Jenna Pop. Back row near side. Melissa Shoemaker rejected back. Dug out into the net. Kept in play, but can't get a third. Caliche Bus hold a 14-7 advantage. Is that right? Okay. They were changing numbers on the scoreboard. We have to trust our crack statistician, Shelby Canote. Line down the middle from Lambrecht, back row. Set up for Curley. Rejected back by Sammy Morgan.
Is that 6 stuff blocks or 5?
As a team, that's 4 for her.
4.
There's 4 for her, 6 as a team. They lead by 8, 15-7. Serve once again from Jade Lambrecht down the middle. Popped up back row. Set, and then the free ball be played over by Melissa Shoemaker. Checked up by Weingart. Lambrecht will set it up for Taylor. Taylor clipping the block of the net. Dug out by Jody Shoemaker, back row. Set down the near side. Melissa Shoemaker with the attack, but Mackenzie Meyer got tagged with the 2-hit on the set.
Can't really do that.
No, it's not legal. Lambrecht back with a serve. She'll fly it deep. Popped up by Caitlin Peetz. Back row. Set, slide, wrap around far side. Stuff blocked by Sammy Morgan on the Melissa Shoemaker attack.
That is now 5 for her.
5 stuff blocks, 12 kills. Up 17-7. Lambrecht with a serve down the far side. Popped up back row by Caitlin Peetz. Set it up in a big swing. Too big and out for Melissa Shoemaker.
That one, speaking of a Weingart, got Tyson Weingart over on the far wall.
Lambrecht with the serve. Will line it down the middle. Popped up by Jody Shoemaker. Back row for Peetz. Near side Curley into the block of Morgan at the net. Punch back over by Jody Shoemaker. Chased down by Edler. Lambrecht will set it up on the far side for Jan. Her cross shot. Dug out by Pop. Chased down by Shoemaker. And then Caitlin Peetz frees it, but it goes outside the antenna. Great hustle on the Peetz side right there.
I thought it was in. I think we need to consult the replay and challenge that.
Line near side, popped up back row by Jody Shoemaker. Set it up and into the block of the net of Sammy Morgan. Went Melissa Shoemaker once again. Free ball come back over from Peetz for Meyer, but it's too wide now, 20-7. Caliche on top of Peetz.
So with the red flags from the officials, could that be considered a challenge?
That could be, although she had a better angle than our camera did. Line serve down the middle from Lambrecht. Popped up back row, set it up near side, miss hit on the ball for Curley. This Peetz team just absolutely deflated right now. Again, they're not committing a ton of errors. Caliche's just on their game. Lambrecht will line the ball deep. Popped up back row by Pop. Set up in a free ball. Angled by Curley. Caught the line on the far side. It's McKenna Curley's first kill of the contest. Jessica O will come in on the front row as Mackenzie Meyer gets the serve for the Peetz Lady Bulldogs. Ball fielded back row by Weingart for the bus. Lambrecht sets it for Taylor. Taylor's attack caught the block at the net. She'll get her first kill of the contest. Megan Pierce comes on as Sammy Morgan will take the serve for the Buffs.
The cheers you heard were from the Fleming Wildcats as one of their students got to touch the game ball.
Set down the middle for McKenna Curley. Her attack popped up by Morgan. Back row. Lambrecht sets it down the middle for Megan Pierce. Big swing. Nicely dug out by Caitlin Peetz back row. But they can't get it over on a third.
Ole had a very tough time as it ricocheted off the net, and as a timeout taken by the Peetz Bulldogs, she had to try to get it back over, but it went off the top arm and went straight up, and they would have played a 4-hit if anything.
Timeouts brought to you by Bob Mullendore and Daryl McCormick, your local independent associate Aflac representatives. Peace of mind and cash when you heard her say, get to know Quack about Aflac. Call 522-2309. Caliche Lady Buffs, 21 kills, 2 aces, and 7 stuff blocks.
Over half of the kills go to number 12.
They have earned 30 of the 48 points that they have. It's a pretty good percentage. Sammy Morgan will line it down the far side, fielded by Caitlin Peetz back row. Set it up for McKenna Curley over the top of the block, dug out by Edler back row. Lambrecht will set far side, Jan big swing down the line, dug out by Caitlin Peetz back row. Shoots set Meyer near side for Melissa Shoemaker, dug out by Edler back row. Set near side, Taylor with the swing, off the block of the net and down for a kill. Game point for the Caliche Buffs. Right? 24-8.
Already up 1-0 over the Peetz Bulldogs, looking to make it 2 sets.
Sammy Morgan floats the serve down the middle, fielded by Jisco, back row. Short set for McKenna Curley. Her attack dug out by Edler, back row. Lambrecht sets far side. Jan big swing toward the back corner, but too big and out.
Good job by the official to hop out of the way.
Beth Bernhardt will check back in on the front row as Melissa Shoemaker will take the serve. Still game point for the Caliche Lady Buffs. Shoemaker floats the serve deep, fielded by Sammy Morgan, back row, set on the far side for Megan Pierce over the top of the block, diving dig out by Caitlin Peetz. Meyer will set near side Bernhardt, she'll angle it short, popped up by Edler, set up from the 10-foot line for Lambrecht, and a 10-foot line swing over the top of the block by Jan. Popped up by Bernhardt, back row, set up, and Melissa Shoemaker with the attack, angled down the line, diving dig out by Sammy Morgan. Lambrecht trying to keep it in play, does, but a third can't get got.
Get it, got it, good, not quite.
24-10, still game point as Melissa Shoemaker takes the serve again for the Peetz Lady Bulldogs. Shoemaker floats it down the near side, fielded by Jan back row. Lambrecht will set it up for Jan. She'll angle it, and checked out by Caitlin Peetz. Near side Bernhardt will angle it far line, popped up by Jan. Back to Jan on the far post. The southpaw hammers it into the net.
When a southpaw lefty hitter like that hits one into the net, it's like yanking one foul.
Line serve far side for Melissa Shoemaker, popped up by Edler, set up for Pierce, far side down the line, in the net, she went on her swing.
Tough for her to, just had a little too much momentum going forward.
Still game point Line down the far side, popped up back row by Jan. One-handed set up Lambrecht, and Taylor will push it deep. Dug up by Caitlin Peetz, back row. Set down the middle, McKenna Curley, hopping the block of the net. Dug out by Edler, back row. Short set far side, Jan with the attack deep, 2 deep and out. 24-13. It was 24-8. This is a 5-0 run for the Peetz Lady Bulldogs. And Jeanette Lambrecht is not amused.
All at the serve of Melissa Shoemaker.
And she'll commit the team's first service error of the match to end it as she hammers it into the net. 25-13. The second goes to Caliche as well. They're up 2-0. Third set coming up next from the 1A District 4 Volleyball Tournament, a big-time small-town media production.
Whether you need an operating loan, real estate mortgage, equipment loan, or need capital for expansion, Premier Farm Credit has the loan products to meet your agricultural financing needs. Loan decisions are made locally by experienced professional lenders who understand agriculture. We invite you to compare your loan to a Premier Farm Credit loan. We're confident that you'll find our products, price, and value to be the best in the marketplace. Call me, Ryan Rasmussen, at 522-2330 for all your ag financing needs. Premier Farm Credit, the gold standard in ag lending.
Big Tex, a name you can trust to build great trailers. Big Tex, the name behind quality, precise design, and depth of production line. Big Tex, where style does not get lost in the rugged construction of products. Big Tex, made to last, made to perform. Big Tex, with years of experience and Texas pride built into every product. When your Big Tex touches the ground, it's tested and warranted, ready to transport the job you have. Get your Big Tex trailer at Sterling Trailers. Call 522-2855.
Support of our area students and student athletes is paramount in their success. That's why Caliche Booster Club wants to invite you to support your local athletes and students in whatever town you're in. The Caliche Booster Club is proud to support the Buffs in all sports and all activities all season long. For more information on how you can become a member of the Caliche Booster Club, contact Caliche High School at 522-8200. And if you're not a Caliche Buff supporter, be a supporter of the area students and student athletes in your area.
EDF Renewable Energy provides strength in the Peetz community, and our strength is grounded by the company's extensive experience for more than 25 years. EDF Renewable Services is the largest in North America, with services over 6 gigawatts of energy under contract that is specifically tailored to create value, deliver results, and provide the best possible service to the communities we serve. EDF Renewable Energy is with the Peetz community every step of the way.
The Peetz
Mics are up.
Come back for the third set here at the Bank of Colorado Events Center. 2-0. The Caliche Buffs on top of the Peetz Bulldogs. I'm Ben Blecka alongside Cole Honstad. Caliche had that first set, or that second set at 24-8, little 5-0 run before they were able to cap off the second as we head to the third. Edler with the serve. Far side Curley with the attack, and she's going to get a kill. Peetz will have their first lead of the match. 1-0. And back to serve goes Mackenzie Meyer. She'll put it short, fielded by Edler, back onto the Bulldog side, but Curley hammers it too wide and out on the return. And that'll tie us up at 1. Not a lot of errors for the Peetz Lady Bulldogs in this contest. It's been more about how well Caliche has been playing. Caliche's hitting better than 300 in this total match.
We talked about it in match number 1. Abby Kurtzer hitting 700 plus, and is now Caliche hitting 400.
Ball fly far side, popped up back row. Lambrecht Taylor will set, and the attack tipped over by Jan. Checked up by Melissa Shoemaker, chased down in a free ball from Caitlin Peetz. Not going to clear the net.
As a team, when you hit 400, you have a very good chance of winning.
Yeah, I don't know in the history of volleyball if a team has ever hit that well and lost a match. Line far side from Jaden Lambrecht. Set down the far side, and Curley will float it over the top of the block. Popped up back row by Weingart. Lambrecht sets near side. Jan big swing. Dug up by Pop back row. Checked up in a free ball. Be played over by Meyer. Popped up by Jan near the 10-foot line. Back set far post. They'll go for Taylor. Banged off the block and down and in for a kill.
I do know one team that hit 300 and came out with a 5-set loss, and that was Western Wyoming.
Yeah, it was a match you had, right?
And it was against L-Trip.
Line far side from Jaden Lambrecht. Popped up. Far side swing for and she'll get it to go down and in for a kill for the Peetz Lady Bulldogs. Onto the floor will come Beth Bernhardt. 3-2 Caliche here in the third, up 2-0. Melissa Shoemaker mishits the serve and a service error. They had not had a service error until the serve that ended the second set. Sammy Morgan will take the serve for the Caliche Lady Buffs. They've only had 2 service errors all match. Morgan lines it into the net. She had one of the previous service errors.
Back-to-back service errors.
It's like watching Tom Brady throw an interception, which he does a lot, followed by Peyton Manning throwing an interception.
Or Jay Cutler.
He does that a lot, too. I just don't like Tom Brady. Line serve far side. Popped up back row by Jan, and the back row swing by Edler, clipping the block at the net. Set up down the middle. Burns with the swing. Rejected back by Megan Pierce. 8th stuff block as a team for the Caliche Lady Buffs.
Third different Caliche Buff to have a stuff block.
Short serve by Jan. Ball be popped up. Far side swing. Burns. Nice look. Dropped it down and in for a kill.
Edler just could not go to her right quick enough with her arms to pull that dig out.
Jody Shoemaker will come on. She'll take the serve for the Peetz Lady Bulldogs. Down 5-4 here in the third. Ball line far side, popped up back row by Jan. Leinbrecht will set it up for Edler, clipping the net cord, hopping over the block, kept up by Shoemaker. Far side Meyer to Bernhardt. Her attack dug out by Jan back row. Edler 10-foot line swing over the top of the block, dug up by Melissa Shoemaker back row. Set it up for Burns over the top. Dug out back row by Jan, bumped up, and Jan will get a flat free, played way too deep and out.
The flat-footed attacks from Caliche. So far, 4 of the 5 have gone long.
Line down the middle from Jody Shoemaker, set for Megan Pierce. Her attack popped up on the front row. Jody Shoemaker setting it up, and Burns will free it in short. Diving dig out by Jan back row. Back set far side Taylor, hopping the block. Dug out by Melissa Shoemaker. Jody Shoemaker to Beth Bernhardt. She hammers it into the net.
Once again, it's like just yanking an inside fastball foul when you hit into the net like that, because it just deflates you.
Kaylee Lewis back to serve for the Caliche Lady Buffs, up 6-5. Short on the far side, dig into the net, kept in play by Burns. Pierce will check it up high on the free over. Near side Edler, big swing, banged off the block and down and in for a kill, her first of the match.
For some reason, I still don't understand how fans want to come through the closed doors.
There's 2 open ones. Line serve, clipping the net cord is Kaylee Lewis. Popped up back row, and a free ball be played over by Meyer. Checked up high by Edler. Lambrecht will set down the middle for Pierce. Big swing toward the back corner. Nicely dug out by Caitlin Peetz. Popped up and a free ball over by Beth Bernhardt. Ball checked up back row by Jan. Set near side. Edler off the block of the net. Dug up by Jody Shoemaker. Popped up by Meyer, and then the attack hammer deep by Burns. Dug out back row by the Buffs. Near side swing will come from Edler down the line. Dug out by Caitlin Peetz. Chased down by Beth Bernhardt, but they can't get a third on it.
As Bernhardt trying to get that back towards the front row for Jody Shoemaker, but she angled it more towards the back where Caitlin Peetz was out of position.
8-5 Caliche here in the third, up 2-0. Line serve far side for Kayla Lewis. Tip into the block of Pierce at the net and down. Her 4th stuff block of the match.
10th overall for the Buffs.
Shaylin Johnson will come on, replacing Rachel Edler. She's battled ankle issues this year. Serve from Kayla Lewis, far side, popped up back row, set it up for Burns, angled near side, down and in for a kill. Morgan Burns with her 5th of the match.
Weingart at that tough angle to try to dig out a ball on the near line.
Taylor Engelker will take the serve for the Peetz Lady Bulldogs. Engelker hammers it deep, too deep and out. She almost gets enough spin. I don't know how she gets the amount of spin on her serve that she does without the jump, but I've seen several serves that she just pounds on that back row and nearly dropped that back line. That's why broadcasting don't play. Pierce with the serve. She'll put it down the near side, fielded by Jenna Pop for the Bulldogs. Set it up for Burns. Her angle attack dug out by Kayla Lewis. Bumped up high, and Shaylin Johnson will free it down the line. Diving dig out by Caitlin Peetz. Set far side. Melissa Shoemaker, lefty push off the block and out.
Gotta love when a dominant right-hand hitter comes up and just tips up with the left hand because it throws a wrench into the plan.
Burns' serve, far side, popped up, tipped into the net after a block by McKenna Curley. And back within two come the Peetz Lady Bulldogs. Pleading from the bench, Jeanette Lambrecht, the head coach for the Caliche Buffs, to get it rolling. She knows her team has to play another match in a row. Sammy Morgan will try. Big swing, dug back onto the Buff side. Set near side, Shaylin Johnson with the big swing. Dug out back row by Burns. Chased down by Jody Shoemaker, and Curley will attack the ball down the near line, too wide now. Shaylin Johnson will get the serve for the first time this afternoon. Johnson knocks it down the middle, fielded by Jenna Pop, back row. Set far side attack off the block of the net by Curley. Lambrecht will set it up, and Johnson will push it to the far line. Jenna Pop chase it down. Jody Shoemaker will set down the middle for Curley. Her attack off the block of the net, diving dig over and out.
10-4. Actually 11-9, but over and out, 10-4.
Serve will come from Mackenzie Meyer.
There'll be a dugout back row by Lewis, and her dig will be out as well. Makes it 11-10 as Meyer will have the serve again.
Meyer will step and line it down the middle, fielded by Kaylee Lewis. Set up in the back near side for Jan, and Jan will bang it off the block and down, her fifth kill of the contest.
So smooth. Southpaw.
Jessica Taylor in on the front row as Lambrecht goes back to serve. 12-10, far side, popped up. Bump set, Knoll with the attack into the block at the net. Kept in play and then freed over by Curley. Checked up by Lambrecht. Taylor will set onto the near post for Jan off the block. Kept up by Jan off the block and tipped over by Morgan. Melissa Shoemaker keeps it in play, and the ball will be freed over by Curley. Checked up back row by Shaylin Johnson. Near side, Jan pushed down the line. Dug up back row by Meyer. All set far side. Off the block of the net goes Melissa Shoemaker. Ball punched over by Taylor. Dug back over, then pushed back over by Taylor. Kept up by Pop. Set down the middle. Curley with the attack angle far side. Dug out back row by Lambrecht, and Sammy Morgan jumped a little too early and swung and missed. Still within one here in the third of the Peetz Lady Bulldogs. Melissa Shoemaker with the serve. Shoemaker floats it short, dug out at the net. The ball hopped the net cord, and Bernhardt, instead of getting into the net, she pulled her hand back and waited for the ball to come to her side and then knocked it down for a kill. Line serve short, popped up on the 12-all. Far side free ball come over from Sammy Morgan down the near line. Checked up back row. Set onto the far post. Bernhardt with the attack down the line. Diving dig out by Shaylin Johnson. Chased down by Weingart, and a free ball over by Hannah Yon. Far line popped up by Beth Bernhardt. Set down the middle. Curley with the attack angle deep. Dug up by Lambrecht back row. Weingart, and then a free ball over by Yon. 1-2-3. Short set down the middle. Meyer with the attack off the block at the net goes Curley. Dug out by Weingart. Set near side. Yon bangs it off the block and down. That went 2-1-3 there. Jersey numbers. Snoop Dogg's a part of that group. Did you know that? And Warren G.
It is. Very true.
13-12. I don't know why that popped into my head. Back set Meyer near side with the attack. Curley will knock it deep. Dug up backside by Lambrecht. Bumped up and down the middle. Pierce will tip it off the block. And it rolls down on the Peetz side. 14-12. That's Megan Pierce's fourth kill. Four stop blocks.
As the Buffs did some regulating right there.
Line serve into the net from Sammy Morgan. Caitlin Peetz will take the serve. And she'll step up and line it deep. Hit a back row by Yawn. Set near side. Pierce with the attack down the line. Dug out back row. All set far side. And the free by Bernhardt off the block. Kept up by Lambrecht. Taylor bump set near side. Yawn with the push inside the block. Far line dug out by Bernhardt. Set down the middle. Burns with the attack off the block. Chicken winged out by Yawn. Kept up by Johnson. And Sammy Morgan's going to get a free ball over. Popped up by Burns on the front row. Set far side. Bernhardt off the block again. Checked up by Yawn. Lambrecht underneath it. She'll come back near side. Yawn off the block. And down and in for a kill. Oh, man.
Sammy Morgan, star of that play, nearly to the bench or the front row of the stands and gets a free ball over.
Line served by Yon down the middle at 15-13. Popped up back row, set far side. Burns her attack down the far line. Dug out by Sammy Morgan, back row. Lambrecht near post. Shaylin Johnson with the big swing, down and in for a kill.
She may be battling ankle injuries, but you know what? Looks pretty good right there.
Yeah, she did. 16-13. Hannah Yon with the serve. Yon lines the ball far side. Popped up back row. Set up for Burns, and Burns will bang it off the block. And back on to her side. Stuff block 5 of the match for Megan Pierce. No, that was not a stuff block. That was a blocking error. 16-14. Caliche celebrated for a second there. Jody Shoemaker with the serve. Line near side, fielded by Sammy Morgan. Back row, set it up, and Megan Pierce with the attack off the block of the net. Ball dug up by Caitlin Peetz. Back row, not cleanly. And the Caliche Lady Buffs go back up by 3 as Kaylee Lewis comes on to serve. Lewis lines the ball down the far side. Popped up by Melissa Shoemaker. Chased down by Bernhardt, and a free ball over by Meyer. Checked up back row by Hannah Yon. Lambrecht will set near side. Shaylin Johnson, big swing, too big and out. On to serve will come Taylor Engelker for the second time in the set. Engelker lines it down the middle. Popped up back row by Sammy Morgan. Back set slide far side. Megan Pierce down the line and in for a kill. Megan Pierce has really started to pick up her offensive game in the second and third sets. Now 6 kills. As back to serve will go Taylor Weingart. Weingart lining it far side, fielded back row by Melissa Shoemaker, set over the net by Jody Shoemaker, set down the middle for Sammy Morgan, hops the net cord and catches the far line. It hopped the cord and dropped on the line, and she gets another kill.
How does that happen?
When you've got 12 kills in the match, you're going to get a few of them that are lucky. 19-15, Weingart will line the serve into the net.
19-16, still a 3-point match. And Peetz has really kept it close until later on when they've gotten a little fatigued.
Line serve down the middle from Morgan Burns. Set up near side, Sammy Morgan. Big swing. She is going to get a kill, her 13th of the contest. The Caliche Lady Buffs have 32 kills as a team and only 7 hitting errors. Back to serve goes Shaylin Johnson. Johnson knocks it near side, fielded by Caitlin Peetz. Back row, set it up. Melissa Shoemaker, angle far side, fielded by Kaylee Lewis. Lambrecht will set for Morgan. Big hammer drop down and in for a kill. She's done it. She equaled Taylor King's total.
And she still has 4 points to go.
A minimum of 4 more points left at 21-16. Taylor King and the Fleming Lady Wildcats standing on the inline, awaiting
the Caliche Buffs.
Shaylin Johnson with the serve. Will line it down the middle. Popped up back row. Set up far side. Big swing McKenna Curley, but a 2-hit violation on the set. 22-16. Shaylin Johnson will float the serve short. Popped up back row by Jody Shoemaker. Set far side. Swing off the block of the net by Curley. Dug out back row by Hannah Yon. Yon near side. Punches it inside the block. Pancake. No, it got down. Hannah Yon picks up her 8th kill of the contest to take it to 23-16. Shaylin Johnson misplays her toss and lines it into the net. Caliche's given away 7 points on hitting errors, 6 points on service errors. That's it in this match. Serve from Meyer, far side, fielded back row by Weingart. Set it up for Yon. Her attack off the block of the net. Diving dig out by Pop back row. Oval set down the middle. Curley mishits the ball. Popped up by Lambrecht. Morgan turns, tips it far side. Pop back onto the Buff side by the Bulldogs. Back to Yon on the near post. Her attack off the block and down. Match point.
9 kills for Hannah Yon.
Fleming got 2 in double figures. Taylor King and Abby Kurtzer Jaden Lambrick will take the serve for the Caliche Lady Buffs. She'll line it far side. Ball missed pop, back row, drops down, and that'll end the Peetz Bulldogs season. They fall 25-10, 25-13, 25-17. And for their two seniors, Mackenzie Meyer and Jackie Nienheiser, their volleyball careers have come to a close. Caliche guaranteed to move on Saturday along with the Fleming Wildcats, and they'll play for seeding, although it's kind of a moot point coming up next. They're guaranteed to be either the 2 or the 3 seed. It's just a matter of who doesn't have to play back-to-back. We'll have that one coming up in about 25 minutes, so probably right around 4:45 we'll join you for the broadcast between Caliche and Fleming on King FM and ColoradoPreps.tv.
The Peetz Telephone Company is a proud supporter of Peetz Athletics, and in addition to their many great services, high-speed internet service is now available, featuring their all-new fiber network, now offering a variety of high-speed internet plans from 1 meg service for only $35 per month or 3 meg service for just $55 per month when bundled with your phone. And you still receive the same great service as always from your local hometown telephone company team, Peetz Telephone Company. Call Kathy at 334-2220 for full details. Good luck, Peetz Bulldogs. Superior Fertilizer and Construction are proud supporters of the Caliche Buffs. They carry Hubbard feeds for all of your livestock needs. They are also a full-service ag dealer with dry and liquid fertilizer and Hydrus and Chemical Plus alfalfa and grass seeds. If you need a new pole building, give them a call. Same name, same location for 40 years. Give Superior Fertilizer and Construction a call today, 886-2161.
Wernsman Homes and Construction, LLC is an authorized WordCraft builder. Wernsman Homes is a general contractor and can handle your building needs from an ICF foundation, remodel, or a brand new home. Contact Jerry or Cindy Wernsman at 970-265-4895 and let Wernsman Home do the building for you. Visit their website at www.wernsmanhomes.com and let Wernsman Homes be your contractor, now and in the future. 970-265-4895.
Support of our area students and student athletes is paramount in their success. That's why Caliche Booster Club wants to invite you to support your local athletes and students in whatever town you're in. The Caliche Booster Club is proud to support the Buffs in all sports and all activities all season long. For more information on how you can become a member of the Caliche Booster Club, contact Caliche High School at 522-8200. And if you're not a Caliche Buff supporter, be a supporter of the area students and student athletes in your area.
EDF Renewable Energy provides strength